first one is this: the moment you start paying attention to your breathing, you can't stop doing it manually. It's like your body has been on autopilot your whole life, and now you've suddenly taken the wheel, and it's the most awkward wheel ever. You try to go back to automatic mode, but now every breath is a decision. You're hyper aware of each inhale, each exhale. Congratulations, you're now officially too conscious to breathe like a normal person. And just when you think you've escaped that, someone mentions blinking. So now you're not only the pilot of your lungs, you're also manually managing your eyelids. Blinking, something your body has effortlessly done for decades, suddenly becomes a task. Should I blink now? Was that too soon? Too late? Are my eyes dry? Why is being a human so high maintenance? Specifically, how loud they are when the world is quiet. That gentle ticking, it's a metronome for your thoughts now. You can't unhear it. You'll lie awake at night, counting every tick like it's a countdown to some unseen event. The seconds feel like they're judging you quietly, rhythmically, forever. Then there's the fridge hum. It's always been there, like background radiation, but once you really hear it, it's over. That low mechanical hum becomes the anthem of your kitchen. You'll stand there, toast in hand, and suddenly realize you're vibing with the fridge. And when it randomly stops, it's like the house itself just exhaled. And let's not forget the weird sensation that your tongue exists. Most of the time, it's just a passive resident in your mouth. But once you think about it, you can't figure out where it's supposed to rest. Is it too far forward? Is it touching your teeth? Why does it feel so thick now? It's a useless meat snake. And now it's all you can feel forever. Also, your nose is always in your line of sight. You just don't notice it until now. And now it's just there, blocking your vision like a polite but persistent ghost. It's always been there, but your brain edited it out like an awkward background extra. Now that the filter's off, good luck ignoring your own face. And then, worst of all, you notice patterns in tiles, in bricks, on the sidewalk, everywhere. You start counting them, following lines, tracing invisible grids. You become obsessed with symmetry that no one else sees. Suddenly, a crooked floor tile ruins your day. A slightly misaligned window frame haunts your week. You become the architect of disappointment. And through all of this, one question starts to sneak in. Was it always like this? Did you just wake up broken one day? Or has your brain always been this loud, this sensitive, this obsessive, and you've just been too distracted to hear it? But once you start noticing, the silence doesn't come back. That background hum of existence, it's got layers now. Texture, volume, and all the tiny glitches in your mental operating system feel personal, like your body is laughing at you, quietly, rhythmically, forever. You start wondering if this is just you or if everyone's walking around in their own private loop of existential sensory glitches. People adjusting their tongues mid conversation, secretly panicking about blinking during job interviews, losing arguments with fridge noises. And then there's the itch. Not a real itch, the phantom one. You scratch it. It moves, you chase it. It relocates. It's the Schrodinger's cat of bodily discomfort. Is it even real? Are you imagining it? Is this how it ends? You try to distract yourself. You go outside, bad move, Anthony, because now you're hyper aware of footsteps, yours, others. The rhythm of walking becomes a math problem you're constantly solving. Yeah, right. Why does your foot slap like that on concrete? Has it always sounded like that? Then comes the worst betrayal of all, your inner monologue. It used to be background noise. Now it's a full-blown narrator. commenting on everything, judging. It won't shut up. It has opinions on the temperature of soup. It critiques your own memory. It's a podcast you never subscribed to, and it plays on loop. But here's the kicker: nobody else seems bothered. Everyone walks around blinking and breathing and walking and noticing patterns in floor tiles like it's nothing. Like their bodies aren't constantly betraying them with hyper awareness and rogue sensation. Every silence feels suspicious. Every time your brain goes still, it doesn't feel like peace, it feels like waiting. Like your senses are lurking in the shadows, ready to pounce. So you try to sleep, but your blanket suddenly feels uneven, too heavy on one side. Why do you have toes? Why do you have fingernails? Why can't you remember how to sleep without thinking about sleeping? You finally drift off, only to wake up with your arm numb under your body, and for a split second, you're convinced it's someone else's. You shake it like it's been possessed. You welcome it back like a returning soldier, and then you start the whole circus again. And through all of it, the weirdest realization sneaks in. Maybe this is the cost of awareness. Not wisdom, not knowledge, just noticing. And maybe that's why nobody talks about it. Because once you notice, you can't stop. And once you can't stop, you start to realize that being human isn't about control. It's about constantly negotiating with a body that doesn't really want to be tamed. You think you're in charge, but your brain, it's playing a different game. And it just won. And just when you think it's over, you notice the sound your jaw makes when you chew. It's not loud, not obnoxious, just there. A soft clicking or a subtle crunch that somehow echoes inside your skull like you've bitten into a microphone. You start wondering, has it always sounded like this? Is your jaw unhinging slightly every time you eat? Do people hear this? Are you being rude? You start chewing softer, slower, but that just makes it worse. Now you're hyper aware of your own teeth performing percussion inside your face. Then you notice other people's chewing. Game over. And while we're talking about sounds, you eventually tune into the high-pitched buzz in your ears. That constant quiet ringing that you never noticed before suddenly becomes all you can hear in silence. Is it tinnitus? Is it your brain? Is it a signal from another dimension? No one knows, and once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Silence is broken forever. You try to mask it with music, white noise, podcasts, but the moment everything stops, the ring returns. And finally, the worst one, the moment you realize you're a meat puppet held up by fragile bones and electrical impulses. Your body isn't you, it's just something you're riding around in. Muscles switch, joints crack, knees ache. Your fingers feel alien. You stare at your hands for too long and suddenly they don't look like yours. They look like tools, bone sticks. And the longer you look, the weirder they get. It's like your body is trying to convince you it's human, but not doing a great job. And in all of this, you realize something quietly horrifying. Your body has never actually felt normal. You've just been distracted enough to not notice. But now, you've noticed, and it's too late.